Rocky's story. In my middle school, we worked collaboratively. Our team had 90 eighth graders and 4 teachers: language arts, science, social studies, and special education resource teacher. Rocky was on my team. Rocky was not in special education, but his behaviors were obviously different than the typical 8th grader. One year I went into the language arts classes and taught all 90 kids, 30 at a time, a test-taking strategy called Pirates. It was fun and wild, but Rocky was the wildest of all 90 kids. To settle him down, I put a behavior modification system in place, and everyone's behavior improved. The class even helped remind Rocky so they'd get their points. Students had to memorize a sequence of mnemonics and explain the specific test-taking strategies for each of the parts of Pirates. The majority could do it, even my resource students, but not Rocky. He could not do the sequence of the mnemonics. He could explain every step, but never in order. Our collaborative teaching team agreed that Rocky needed an evaluation. We hypothesized that he may have learning disabilities or ADHD or both, but the team warned me there was no way the mother would agree to a conference, much less testing. Yet it was the end of the school year, and the resource teachers had been told not to turn in any referrals. But Rocky was so likable and sharp and so unsuccessful despite his desire to learn. I just had to give it one more try. So Rocky and I had a nice conversation over lunch in my room one day. "Rocky, I'm worried about you going to high school next year." "Why, miss?" "It seems to me that you're this great kid that wants to learn and tries really hard, but it just doesn't seem to work out." "Yeah, miss, I try hard, but I got lousy grades and I'm really scared of high school." "It seems to me that there's something that blocks you from remembering things. Like Pirates, you understood it and could use it, but you couldn't remember the mnemonics." "Yeah, and I even studied 'cause I like you." "Well, I just wonder if I could talk to your mom about getting you some help for high school." "Like what, miss?" "Like maybe working with a resource teacher like me." "Okay, I'll tell my mom." Much to everyone's surprise, Rocky's mom called me the next day and came in that afternoon with her adult daughter. I explained to Rocky's mom who I was and how I came to know and like Rocky. We agreed to go through his CUME file and see if there were any learning or behavioral patterns. As we did this, the mom and the sister told stories that all seemed to confirm Rocky was a smart kid who was unsuccessful in school. I explained that I couldn't turn in any more evaluation requests, but a parent could, and she said, "Where do I sign?" After the evaluation, it was determined that Rocky did not have a learning disability, but the school recommended the parent talk to a physician about ADHD. It was determined that Rocky did indeed have ADHD, and with proper medication and a 504 plan, Rocky became a successful high schooler. Today, a teacher can't even suggest that a student might have ADHD. That must fall in the realm of a physician. Back then, my team had warned me not to even try with "this mom." My district had told me not to turn in any more evaluation referrals. But we had a cum file full of evidence that this was a great kid, a smart kid, who was unsuccessful. The sister helped Mom see the truth of Rocky's struggle. And this year, all the pieces came together to help one great kid be successful. What turned the mom around? It was a sit-down, heart-to-heart conversation and a stack of evidence in the cum file. Everything the teachers wrote over 8 years provided documentation that convinced this mom that now was the time to evaluate her son and get the help he needed.